Sanders. Would that have helped Sanders to win Massachusetts? Maybe. But what's more important is that you didn't support him. There was somebody who was ideologically aligned with you, and your reasoning and rationale for not supporting him, in some respect, let's be honest, came down to your political leanings towards Clinton. This belief that if you support Bernie Sanders and Clinton wins, that you will be in the political freezer for the next 8 years with the assumption that Clinton will win in another 4 years. You made a political choice. That bothers me. That bothers a lot of us, about a lot of lefties. Because from our standpoint, we look at this and we have no way of knowing what you're going to do when you get into that office outside of the things that you've done over the course of your lifetime. Meaning you're being evaluated on this stuff. Policy, yes, but also temperament of quality of person, or whether or not the individual can hold their shape in adverse situations. And I understand I'm going to be hit in saying this on the issue of Sanders, but I've also said and been consistent that these things are in degrees. Elizabeth Warren was offered or invited to appear on Fox News for a town hall. If you remember, the same thing that Bernie Sanders accepted, and Bernie Sanders did. Now, Bernie Sanders rocked. Like rocked the House in that debate. He was fiery. He was somewhat antagonistic without being overly so. And to Fox News crowd, who Fox News, to their credit, did an amazing job on that town hall. He had a fair town hall. Mind you, it's an audience that's on Fox. So, yeah, there's certain biases built into the individuals in the process. But you should be able to stand your ground ideologically in this case and hold your own. And the point is, a socialist was able to go into a capitalist network and own it. And own it. So what about you, Elizabeth Warren, who balked at the notion of being the second most progressive person in the House, saying, can I get the first one? Can you also go into Fox News and hold your own in this case? We will never find out, because Elizabeth Warren has turned down this invite. I have serious qualms with her turning down this invite. Let's go to her rationale first. As I read this and I listened to her rationale, my first thought was, are there no preachers in hell? Right? I grew up with my mom dragging me to church. Are there no preachers in hell? And then the secondary question, should there be? Like, whatever you want to think of Fox News, there's an audience there. There's an audience there. And the entirety of that audience are not rabid knuckle draggers. I watch Fox News. I'm not a rabid knuckle dragger. Just saying, there are a lot of people who watch Fox News that you should be trying to get. And this does not look good in the eyes of those independents that you're too scared to go into that network. I understand your excuse. I'm saying that you're too scared to go on that network. I love town halls. This is Elizabeth Warren. She's given an excuse to why she doesn't want to appear on Fox News or why she's not appearing on Fox. I love town halls. I've done more than 70 since January, and I'm glad to have television audience to be a part of them. Fox News has invited me to do a town hall, but I am turning them down. Here's why. I'm terrified. Fox News is a hate-for-profit racket that gives a megaphone to racists and conspiracists. It's designed to turn us on each other, risking life and death consequences to provide cover for the corruption that's riding our government and hollowing out our middle class. I guess my point is, isn't that more of a reason to go on? Like, that's not less of a reason. That's more of a reason. Are there preachers in hell? Again, that's kind of my question. I understand that it's hate for profit. I agree with you. It gives the megaphone to racists and conspiracies. Yes, to some degree, I agree with you. I mean, MSNBC has been a conspiracy theorist hall of mirrors for the last 3 years. But okay, I'll give it to you on that. It's designed to turn us against each other, risking life and death consequences to provide cover for corruption that's riding our government and hollowing out our middle class. And you can't go on and say that. This is partially my reasoning here. If that's true, wouldn't it be more important that you went on to say that? Can you not make that case? Bernie Sanders did. Can you not make that case? Are there no preachers in hell? Should there be? Fox News is struggling more and more as advertisers pull out of their hateful space. A Democratic town hall gives Fox News sales team way too many potential sponsors to safe and buy ads on Fox. Do you honestly believe that your one town hall is going to be the end all be all for whether or not that network succeeds or fails? Here's one place we could fight back. I won't ask millions of Democratic primary voters to tune into an outlet that profits from racism and hate in order to see our candidates, especially when Fox will make even more money adding our valuable audience to their rating numbers. That only assumes that those people stay there afterwards. Many people are going to see this not on Fox News, but on the internet after the fact. Now, will it make them revenue? Yes. Is that revenue significant in the grand scheme of things? And I got to be honest, is your intention on this to win the election, or is your intention to worry about whether or not Fox News gets an extra dollar or two? You have space that you need to make up. And what I would put to you is that those Fox News voters that are going to be going to the polls after the Democratic primary takes place, you will need some of them. You will need some of them. This is the time where you need to be getting all of the votes that you can get. I'm sorry, this notion that you care about Fox News dollars doesn't necessarily fly or even is relevant to me. I mean, maybe it's relevant to you, but this seems... okay, let's keep going. I'm running a campaign to reach all Americans except Fox News viewers, clearly. I take questions from the press and voters everywhere I go. Yeah, but you're not going on Fox News. I've already held town halls in 17 states and Puerto Rico, including... I get that. The problem is Bernie Sanders was able to go on and own this spot. And this notion that I don't want to give Fox News any additional dollars. Your job is not to care about Fox News' balance sheet. Your job is to win in the Democratic primary and win after the fact. In order to do that, you're going to need independents that float in both parties. Some of those people do watch Fox News. And even if you don't deal with the Fox News aspect of it, many of the people who are going to watch it are not going to watch it on Fox News. They're going to watch it on the internet as it's kind of rebranded after the fact. I'm sorry, this is somewhat of a shallow excuse, and I don't necessarily, whether it's true or not, if it's true, it's almost even worse, as opposed to being a political excuse, which at that point I would say fair enough, but I think you lose out on this. There's certain questions that you get asked on Fox that you won't get asked on MSNBC. I put to you that sometimes those are the questions that need to be asked. You need to have people to be able to see you within the narrow confines of an MSNBC audience, or for that matter, even a CNN audience. I think this is a poor choice. Can you defend your ideology or not? Well, I guess for Elizabeth Warren, we will never know. So, let's see. This and this. There we are. All right, I'm going to end this one. I'm not going to keep this one long, but I gotta be honest. This just seems like such a shallow reason not to go on Fox News. I mean, I don't know if it's one of those things where Democrats had signed some kind of agreement not to go on Fox, and Sanders kind of went on. But whatever. Are there preachers in hell? And should there be preachers in hell? And how many people in hell would repent if they had those preachers talking to them? You kind of get my point here, right? I mean, if Fox News is really this den of iniquity, don't you kind of want to go to that den of iniquity and try to pull out as many souls as you possibly can pull out? Make your case. If you honestly believe they are what they are, they will ask you questions, and you make your case. It's not that I think I want her to go on a blatantly unfair town hall. Don't misunderstand me. I think CNN's town halls were somewhat unfair in the sense that Sanders went on. But the town hall that Fox News had put together for Sanders wasn't biased in the least. It was a perfectly run town hall. I would say, go on, make your argument to a different audience. I think that is a valuable thing, not necessarily a worse thing. And I think this is a bad choice. So I'm going to end this. If you guys enjoy the content, please feel free to share, like, subscribe. You can always support this content through PayPal or Patreon. Chicken of the week. Fair weather friend, Elizabeth Warren. Thanks all.